On February 26th, a Chinese GJ-2 reconnaissance attack unmanned aerial vehicle was observed flying near Japan for the first time, signaling Beijing's growing military presence in the Indo-Pacific. According to Japan's joint staff, the drone was spotted in the morning and afternoon over waters close to Japan's southernmost islands, including Okinawa. The UAV followed a path southeast from the East China Sea, passing between Okinawa's main island and Miyako Island, approximately 175 miles or 280 kilometers southwest of Naha, Okinawa's capital. It then continued into the Pacific Ocean, later veering northeast along the Ryukyu Island chain until it reached Amami-Oshima in Kagoshima Prefecture. The drone subsequently retraced its route back to the East China Sea. NATO showcased its underwater surveillance prowess during an unmanned surface vessel demonstration in the Baltic Sea, highlighting the alliance's push to safeguard critical undersea infrastructure from sabotage in this vital region. The trials, held off Denmark's coast from February 17th to 20th, featured a blend of manned and unmanned systems engaging in live-fire exercises and tactical maneuvers. The drone boats involved were deployed under the Task Force X initiative, launched by NATO's leading transformation unit to bolster patrol operations in Baltic waters. Administrator Pierre Vander, commander of NATO's Allied Command Transformation, said in a press release, "It provides a framework for all nations to contribute by enabling the deployment of their autonomous capabilities. This collaborative effort will fill gaps in surveillance, particularly in areas not covered by existing systems like the automatic identification system." Russian Su-57 Felon fifth-generation stealth aircraft reportedly made a rare stop in Iran while flying back to Russia. Intriguingly, this landing in Iran comes as Tehran awaits the delivery of another Russian aircraft, Su-35 Flanker E. According to reports, the aircraft was hosted by the 9th Tactical Fighter Base of the Iranian Air Force in Bandar Abbas. A video of the aircraft taking off from the base has also been published on X and shared extensively. Iran and Russia have significantly deepened their military relationship in recent years, particularly since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. Iran has been supplying Russia with one-way suicide drones, as well as several other military hardware. Following the Oval Office spat between Donald Trump and Volodymyr Zelensky, Haltback Bunkers, one of Norway's largest marine fuel companies, has reportedly announced it will stop refueling U.S. Navy vessels. A post was published on the Haltback Bunkers social media account, stated, "We have today been witnesses to the biggest shit show ever presented live on TV by the current American president and his vice president. Huge credit to the president of Ukraine for restraining himself and for keeping calm even though USAA put on a backstabbing TV show. It made us sick, short and sweet. As a result, we have decided to immediate stop as fuel provider to American forces in Norway and their ships calling Norwegian ports. No fuel to Americans. We encourage all Norwegians and Europeans to follow our example. Slava Ukraina." The UK and Ukraine have signed a new £2.26 billion loan package to purchase arms for Ukraine. According to the Kyiv Post, the loan was part of the Group of Seven's G7 Extraordinary Revenue Acceleration (ERA) credit initiative, signed by Zelensky during his visit to London. The loan will be paid back with frozen Russian assets. Ukraine's finance minister Serhiy Marchenko said in a statement, "The United Kingdom continues to stand in defense of Ukraine. Today's agreement, which contributes to strengthening Ukraine's defense capabilities, confirms this." The finance minister maintained that the loan will go towards purchasing defense equipment according to Ukraine's needs. The Taliban have responded to President Trump's renewed call for the return of military equipment that was left behind in Afghanistan during the 2021 U.S. military withdrawal. It stated, "Let no one think that they can give orders to Afghanistan. We are not under the control or administration of any other country. The weapons left behind by American forces now belong to our people in Afghanistan. The weapons left behind are spoils of war, and the rightful property of the Afghan people. If anyone wants to take them from us, we will respond using those very weapons. According to a 2022 Department of Defense report to Congress, approximately $7.12 billion worth of equipment provided to the Afghan National Defense and Security Forces, ANDSF, remained in the country following the withdrawal. This equipment included aircraft, military vehicles, weapons, communications gear, and other materials, much of which fell into the hands of the Taliban after the Afghan government collapsed. Taiwan's Coast Guard has detained the Chinese vessel Hong Tai. The Hong Tai, crewed by 8 Chinese nationals, was reportedly lingering near the location of undersea cables, approximately 6 nautical miles northwest of Zhongjun Fishing Harbor, from February 22nd to February 25th. During this period, Taiwan's Coast Guard sent 7 radio broadcasts ordering the vessel to leave, but it did not respond. On February 25th, shortly after the ship dropped anchor, Chunghwa Telecom, Taiwan's major telecom provider, detected that the Taiwan Penghu 3rd undersea cable had been severed. The Coast Guard dispatched 3 vessels to intercept the Hong Tai, and the entire crew has been arrested. Taiwanese authorities are treating the case as a high national security priority, with the Tainan District Prosecutor's Office overseeing the investigation. Initial assessments suggest the cable was damaged by external force, likely the ship's anchor or towing action. China's Taiwan Affairs Office, through spokesperson Zhu Fenglian, dismissed Taiwan's suspicions on February 26, calling the incident a common maritime accident. Russia and Belarus have officially announced the ZAPAD 2025 Joint Strategic Military Exercise, scheduled for mid-September 2025, primarily on Belarusian territory. This follows a pattern of biennial ZAPAD West drills held since 2009 under the Russia-Belarus Union State Framework, aimed at enhancing military coordination and signaling strength along their western borders. The drill was planned in a joint defense ministry meeting in Minsk on October 23, 2024, with Belarusian Defense Minister Viktor Krenin and Russian Defense Minister Andrei Belousov outlining preparations. The exercise is framed as a response to modern threats from NATO and lessons from Russia's ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Over 13,000 troops are confirmed to participate, with Belarus hosting the majority. Preparations are underway, with joint staff training held in Minsk from January 14th to 16th, simulating defense scenarios. A U.S. Air Force MQ-9 Reaper drone reportedly eliminated Mohammed Yusuf Zia Talai, a senior military leader of the Huras al-Din, an Al-Qaeda affiliate. He was targeted near the town of Al-Dana in the Idlib governorate of northwestern Syria. Damage to the vehicle suggests that it was targeted by an AGM-114R9X Hellfire missile. This missile is a secretive initiative, and there are no official renders or specifications available in the public domain. CIA and the Pentagon have been closely guarding its existence. Unlike the original Hellfire, which uses explosives, AGM-114R9X is thought to deploy 6 long blades that extend outward just before impact and minces its target. Devoid of explosives, the missile limits the collateral damage and is suitable for extreme precision strikes. It is often dubbed as a speeding anvil, ninja bomb, and the flying Ginsu. Boeing's KC-46 Pegasus tanker program encountered fresh trouble when structural cracks were found in 2 of 4 aircraft set for delivery to the U.S. Air Force's Military Delivery Center. The discovery, first broken by the war zone, jolted the defense sector and triggered an immediate suspension of all KC-46A deliveries. As per sources cited by the outlet, the cracks surfaced during standard pre-delivery checks at Boeing's Everett, Washington plant. Technicians pinpointed the flaws not in the wings or control surfaces, but in the airframe's core primary and secondary structural elements. The Air Force confirmed the issue to the war zone, with a spokesperson stating, "Boeing detected cracks on 2 aircraft, leading to a delivery pause as we investigate the cause and extent of the problem." The service swiftly moved to inspect all 89 active KC-46A tankers in its fleet, aiming to determine whether this was an isolated incident or a systemic design defect. Boeing responded with a brief statement: "We're working closely with the Air Force to evaluate this potential concern and minimize its effects on both operational and in-production aircraft."